How many fishing lines do you have in the water? I'm learning to thrive in the gig economy. Would you like to learn too? When I was a freelancer down in Chile, the bureau chief of the Associated Press and I had a conversation about stringing assignments. Stringing assignments is journalism jargon for freelance assignments. And he used a very interesting analogy on what stringing assignments are like. He said stringing assignments are important because what you do is you make a lot of connections. And so you develop a lot of strings out there. And he said these strings are like fishing lines, all out there, and you never know which one's going to have a nibble at any one time. So he says it's very important to have a lot of strings in the water. And you know what? This past week, that all came true. Because I had 4 possible jobs come up, all out of the blue, none of which I went looking for, all of which came from different sources. One was from a current client. She's decided she wants to do this new project. So I put together a proposal for her. She hasn't signed off on it yet, but we'll see, right? The second one came from a former colleague of mine who's still working at Bloomberg. And he had a friend who's a newspaper columnist. And the columnist needs a little bit of writing coaching. He needs a little help on his writing. He wants to get some assistance. So I start with him on Friday, later this week. So I've already landed that new client. So that'll be good. You know, the third one came from a guy who's been out of work. And I've been writing references for him. You know, I give him references when something comes up. And he's looking for full-time work, but he came across this freelance opportunity. And he said, hey, you know, I'll introduce you to these people because I don't want freelance. I want full-time. They're only interested in freelance, but it could work out for you. So I have an interview with them tomorrow. They're a travel app where they write tours, tours on an app and for people who go to tourist sites. So that could work out for me. I can do that. And the fourth one was an interesting thing because it came from a source for a story that I'd written back in April. She reached out to me and she said, well, we have this new innovation in our company. Do you want to write about it? And so I gave it some thought, and I found a publication that I think might take it. It's a website. They might take it. So I've pitched the story to them. I haven't heard back yet, but it may take a day or two. We'll see what happens. But in each case, I didn't go out and look for any of these. They were all people reaching out to me because I'd already made connections with all of them somewhere along the line. Those fishing lines were in the water. And they all came through at the same time. I got nibbles on 4 of them, all in the same week. That's why you need to think about how many fishing lines you got out in the sea. Make sure you've got enough and keep throwing more lines out there. If you like this analogy, or if you like this story, if you think it's helpful, please hit the like button and share this, because YouTube really would like to see that, and I would like to see it too, because I think it's good information for more people to hear. Until next week, take care.